Alright guys, I want to show you something on the back plastic piece. This right here, it's just got water on it and it's kind of damp. It is a little clearer in there, but we still have a lot of work to do there. You can see these areas right here where it's kind of real gritty and stuff, and right here and all cracked. This is where we hit it with 1500 grit sandpaper and wet sanded it down. And this is where we hit it with some trying to get a better shot, but it's really hard to actually see it in the camera. And I don't have the light on. Maybe if I turn that other light off there. Let me try that real quick. Alright, so we're back, and it's kind of hard to tell, but this is where it was kind of cracking and stuff. You saw it in the reflection. Maybe I can do it this way then. This is where we sanded it, and this is where we buffed it, right up in here with some color back. So let's see, that's buffed, that's sanded, that's original right there. So original, sanded and buffed. And this stuff, this yellowing down here, that's on the inside. That's where the seal was broken and the water leaked up in there and it puddled up in there. And it, I'm pretty sure it left some like calcium deposits in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and try to treat it or soak it in some LCR or something. Let me turn it over for you. All right, here it is on the inside. You can see it's got like this, some kind of buildup in here, dirt, and something that's actually staining the glass, so we got to figure out how to get that off. And we're pretty sure it's like calcium deposits from the water in the rain and the dirt that's been on the car. So we'll try to clean that off real good, and then hopefully it'll be a lot nicer. It'll look better. That's the plan. So let me get this wet right here, so show you that it looks better when it's been sanded and treated. It looks a lot more clear. This is just the kitchen sink. We're getting this on here. Let me get some water up underneath it. So here's the original here. That's where we sanded it, and original right here, sanded right here, sanded and buffed. But we still have to get the dirt and the stuff off on the inside. All right, this is what we used. We used this right here. I don't remember where we got it. Could have got it at Advance. I don't remember. We got this at I think he said it was AutoZone. So here we go. So that's what we're going to be doing. And this is more of a cloth. It's pretty interesting. So this is really smooth. So we'll buff them down and make them look good and get some CLR on them and polish them up. And we'll let you know how it turns out. Hey tubes. Yeah, today we're going to go ahead and see if we can't remove all this calcium or this dirt or this rust or whatever this buildup is inside here. In our little area. I think that's just dirt there. But we're going to try to remove all this stuff here today, and we're going to try to remove it using this CLR calcium line remover. And basically what it says on the instructions is to miss it 50-50 or use the full strength for stubborn buildup. We're just going to go straight onto it, and then it says let it sit for 2 minutes. And then rinse promptly with some cold water. So we're going to go ahead and try that. So let's get to it. Alright, we got some in here. And we're just going to set it in there and see what happens. Okay, tubes. Hey, I want to show you something. If you remember, we were trying to get this yellow stuff out of the back side over here. And we tried all kinds of stuff. The first thing we tried was this calcium line remover and calcium line rust remover. And we actually let it sit in here on the opposite side for days, and the end result is it didn't do anything. I mean, that was scrubbing it, that was following the instructions, just the calcium line remover did not work for this plastic. So we tried something else, and here's the end result of that something else. And here's the previous before we treated it. So let me flip this over and I'm going to show you what we did. All right, this is what we started with. You can see all this haze all over everything. It's kind of milky. It's just really not nice at all. And then we ended up with this right here. If I can get it to focus for you. There we go. Before, after. So there's a huge difference there. So let me show you what we did. All right, this is what we used. First off, we started with some of this red turtle wax rubbing compound right here. We smeared it on with an acid brush, and then we used this little buffing wheel right here to kind of go in and out of the grooves on the back. But over time, they would just separate off the spindle or mandrel or whatever they want to call it. So then what I did is I went to one of these styles right here, ones with the screw tops, and let's see if I can show it here. There we go. And I put a washer on each side. It's kind of hard to see, it's actually buried in the stuff, but it was a small washer. You don't want to use too big a washer because then the washer will come out to the side and it'll scratch your plastic. After we did that, then we hit it with some 400 grit sandpaper with some water, 1200 grit sandpaper with some water, 2000 grit, and finished off with the 3000 grit. Then what we did is I went back to my good old standby, so my NuFinish, and just a regular cotton t-shirt. We buffed it out, and lo and behold, we ended up with that. If I can focus. We ended up with a fairly smoked clear back plate instead of this dull, milky monstrosity here from water just hanging around it. Instead of this dull, milky stuff. Big difference. So let's turn it over. There we go. Here's all milky stuff here. Man, I just can't get this thing to focus today. This milky stuff and almost like rust or something in the background. And with it all polished out, it's fairly clear and looks really good. It's got a nice reflective surface on it. I probably could have hit it with the 3000 a little bit more, or used more steps to polish the plastic. But I wanted to do this real quick to show you how things turned out on it. Well, there you go. That's just a quick tutorial on what we did in order to restore the plastic surface on this. This is not a tutorial on how to repair plastic. It's just how to fix the finish on it to make it look much, much nicer. Nice and clear and pretty. Except, you know, this is smoke to begin with. So I can't do anything about the yellowing inside there, but the rest of it can look good. Which is a lot better than having it look like that. So it's not perfect, but that really depends on the item that you start with. Please ask questions as needed, and if you want to help the channel, please subscribe. So thanks for watching. God bless you all, and Keith Nunn you out. Bye.